Hey. Whew. Man, y'all hear that? Hold on. Let me get up. Y'all hear that? Oh man, that's the soulful sounds. Let me turn these off, man. God, dog. Man, that's the soulful sounds of Bobby Blue Bland doing his thing. Oh my goodness. YouTube, I have found the ones. The Bluedio Victory headphones. Wow, I have seriously achieved musical nirvana with these. I can't tell you enough about these headphones, man. Whew! I've been rocking with the Sony MDR-XB950BT, whatever, the super bass headphones, right, for 2 years, and I wanted some more clarity because they pack a ridiculous amount of bass, but the highs and mids were just there. So I've been on this search. I've used the UFOs, the UFO Pluses, the Pros, and then there was Victory. I understand why they call these Victory. Seriously, like, because you stack these up against any studio headphone and the victor is. Oh man. All right, so let's get into it, man. You saw the unboxing just a minute ago. You see the smile on my face? All right, check it out. You saw the unboxing, so we'll get with, you see what comes in the box. But I'm gonna go ahead and open it up so you can see. First off, you get your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack with your adapter for your larger inlet on a stereo or amplifier to go with it. Nice sturdy, heavy duty wires, man. It's professional grade right here. Then you get your flat USB cable. And these will also work via USB if you plug them into your computer. I've yet to find out if I can plug in an OTG cable and plug it into my phone, but I'm guessing that the music experience is actually a little bit better coming in digitally like that. And it's got its own little section, man. It sits in its own little home in this little case. But then you got this other special little pouch, man. I'm glad that, the pouch alone is just crazy what they give you, for what they give you in this package. But you open this up, and then that's when you realize you got some professional doggone headphones, man. You got this pouch with 2 pockets in it, and you look at this, and for those of y'all that don't know, you look at this like, what in the world is this? This right here is an optical cable. When you get headphones with an optical connection, that's how you know you got some professional grade stuff, and you are not to be messed with when it comes to listening to your music. We got the 3.5 millimeter inlet for the headphones, and then this plugs right in the back of your amp or your stereo for probably what I would say would be the most clear and true audio experience you're gonna have from any set of headphones, man. I don't know what else is out there. At this point, I don't even care, but I know that Bluedio has provided me with what I perceive to be the truth. All right, let me close this up. Stash this to the side. I ain't gonna spend too much time on this, man. This is that same case you get from the UFO Pros. It's a nice sturdy case, man. It's not super hard, so it's like hard to handle, or not nice to handle. It actually has some give to it, but it will protect the headphones from everyday abuse. Don't go running over it with your car. It's not a freaking OtterBox or nothing. But let's get into the headphones. All right, so build quality. Let's talk about this. You got a lot more width in your headband here, and actually throughout the whole headphone. That's just a nice wide look. That's just a boss status looking headphone right there. And then you got this extra cushion. It's got that, that sandwich in there, that metal and foam sandwich going right there, wrapped around that vinyl. Good stitching on there. You got your Victory branding on the headband. You got your Victory 12-track branding on the side. Not a huge fan of this, but it is what it is. Then you got your big V right there for Victory, and they just put Bluedio small on the. Then you got a small font Bluedio on each side of the headphones, so you can't even really tell which one is left or right, but it is indicated on the inside. Now these do fold up DJ style, so when you put them on your head, let me see here. So when you put them on your head, you can flip them up like this. You do have some clickiness right here. It's not too much. It's not like real definite, but there is some clickiness in here when you expand the headphones. I have a small head, so I don't even need to expand them at all. Some people have complained about these corners right here when you rotate the headphones. That's not a big deal to me. It's not sharp. It's just a corner. It is what it is. These ear cups do flex up and down, left and right, so they just kind of self-adjust when you put them on your ear. You got your on LED indicator light here, which is small, so it doesn't disturb you in the dark. And it's actually a switch. It's not a hard button here. It's actually a switch, which I actually like because, you know, sometimes you hold those buttons too long or whatever, and it just goes into pair mode or whatever. I like having a switch, so my hands know exactly what I'm doing. As soon as you turn it on, it kind of goes into pairing mode. It starts pairing immediately. So there's no need to hold anything and, you know, try to figure out how many seconds or nothing. You just turn it on and look for it and you can connect. Then you got your multifunction button here, which is actually real cool. I'm gonna tell y'all about this in a minute. Then you got your USB charging port in there. Then you got your left and right, or not even left and right. This is actually your line in cable, your line in inlet right here. But you can use either which one you want to. And you can daisy chain these to other headphones via Bluetooth or on the wire. So that's cool that you can share your music like that. Now, that's it for buttons, because these have that swipe function where you just, you know, swipe forward, back, up or down and change the volume of the music. There's no double tap here, it's just up, down, left, and right. To play and pause the music, you just tap that multifunction button once. This is all metal. Once again, you know, Bluedio don't play around when it comes to build quality, man. They don't have no trouble throwing some metal alloy up in their headphones, man. This is metal. So if you drop these, you're good to go. You might have some scuffs, but you ain't got to worry about your headphones cracking in half and, you know, stuff falling off of there. These ear cups are nice and plush. Now, I will say this. As soon as I put these on my head, the ear cups felt nice. These are the exact same ear cups, it seems like, on the UFO Pluses, but for some reason these just felt a lot better. Like, they felt great getting on my head. Now, the clamping force on these, you don't have as much as you do in the UFO Pros, but or the Pluses, but it is there. So you will need to kind of stretch these out, and they do stretch. Stretch them out, break them in a little bit, and they'll feel nice and snug on your head. Now, these have that rounder design, but it's a little bit more of a oblong shape than the Pros, so they sit on your head just slightly different, and I'll show you in just a second. But yeah, the build quality is there. I mean, I like this matte black. Oh, these look like, oh, these headphones look good, man. I mean, they just look like professional studio headphones. Let me put them on my head so you see what it looks like on my peanut head here. So you just put them right there, and the ear cups just line up themselves. They just self-adjust, and you can see, you know, these have a nice wide stance. So you do have this big gap right here, but it's not as bad as it is. It doesn't create that same type of bridge as it does on the UFO Pluses. It just kind of, I don't know, it's still a round shape and it's still big, but it doesn't, to me, it doesn't look as crazy as the UFO Plus. So the actual look of the headphones, in my opinion, is actually just better. Let me give you a side view. All right, so now, man, that's some, it actually, I mean, there's no active noise cancellation on here, but between these ear cups getting your ear all up in there and sandwiching your head in there, and the way these suckers sound, you do not need any active noise cancellation. It's there, just crank them up. Now let's talk about sound. Woo! I mean, did you hear what I let you hear a few minutes ago? That was crazy. Let me tell y'all, man. So people say these aren't for bass lovers. I'd have to disagree. I listen to a lot of music with bass, and these pack a lot of bass. Now, I did say the UFO Pluses are bass oriented, and that's because they have that overall bass sound, and it is you can just tell that everything has a little more bass in it, even the mids and highs. This right here, they cleaned it up, man. 12 freaking drivers in both of these headphones together. So you got 6 on each side. You got that big old 50mm in the back, just stomping on your head like that. Then you got those 3 mid-range speakers, and then three tweeters, and it's just, oh my God. The guitar, you can hear the dude sliding his hands up and down on the strings, and you can hear that bass guitar. And this is if you're listening to some, you know, maybe jazz or some blues or something, but you know, classical music, I can only imagine what classical music sounds like in here. You can probably hear, like, you know, all kinds of crazy cello sounds and pianos, and you know, the violin just going nuts, man. Oh, and your regular music, like your R&B and hip hop, oh man, you ain't never heard it sound so clean. With that clean, crisp bass, it is ridiculous. Man, I know it seems like I'm hyping these headphones up, but man, I'm serious. These are the best headphones that Bluedio has to offer, man. If you want everything And if you want everything, seriously, if you want crystal clear highs and mids, and then you want some super clean and punchy and deep bass, buy these headphones as soon as possible. And I don't even care if you pay retail for them. I think these things retail for like $250. Yeah, it's worth it, man. They're giving you so much value. I mean, you saw what comes in the case. The packaging is there. This is a top-notch presentation. You pull out these headphones and you feel quality. They are kind of heavy. That's because they made with, you know, good materials. And as far as looks, that's what you get. But then they actually back it up with some sound. They pack so much sound in these things, it is ridiculous. Now we're talking about some crystal clear audio with some deep, rich, clean bass. Oh man, so clean. Oh man, excuse me, man. These headphones, listening to this music got me in a special kind of mood right now. I had to sip my my E&J cask and cream. Anyways, so you hit this button, this multi-function button. Now, a lot of people, I watch reviews on these and nobody really talks about this. I don't think anybody really knows. They don't have a 3D sound, like they don't have the hold forward or hold back to turn it off. You press this, you double tap it one time, like tap tap or tap tap, right? And then it goes into the first level of EQ. It's almost like it just bumps up the EQ a little bit. So tap tap, and then you tap tap it again, and it goes to the second level. So you have two different levels of EQ in here, to where it kind of just, you know, it pretty much makes it sound exactly like the UFOs, the UFO Pros, with that extra bass in there. It's gonna add a little bit more bass to your mids and your highs. So I actually prefer it off, unless maybe I'm, you know, watching a video or something like that. But if you want it to sound like the UFOs, yeah, just double tap that button once, and then if you don't like it again, double tap it again, and then you'll get to the second level, and then double tap it again to turn it off. You're just cycling through it. You got normal, high, and then higher. And that's how you operate that button right there for your different EQ levels. Not too many people have mentioned that. I don't think anybody's mentioned it, to be honest with you. I was just playing around with it, and I noticed the difference in the sound. So that's the secondary function for your multi-function button there. It also answers and ends calls. It does have a pretty good mic on here. You can hear. I mean, you got 12 freaking speakers in here. But yeah, it actually works good as a Bluetooth device. I don't really use my headphones for that. I use them for straight up listening to music and, you know, watching videos and stuff. But man, sound. I can't say enough about the sound. I'm talking good, clean music, man. The way that the artist and the producers meant for you to hear this music, man. I've been jamming all kinds of music, man. I listen to some country. I listen to some old school like Otis Redding. I listen to some Bobby Blue Bland. I love the blues, man. I've been jamming the blues for like 3 days straight. Of course, my R&B and hip hop, and I listen to some other stuff, man. I don't even know what genre of music this is, but it sounded damn good in these headphones, man. So I'm loving them, man. I feel good about every single dollar I spent. I'll be honest with you, I've never had studio quality headphones before. So like I said, I don't even know what else is out there. But I guarantee you, man, you put these up against some Beats, some Bose, Sonys, whatever you want to put these up to, Samsung, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna crush them. There's a reason why they call these things the Victories. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, buy these headphones, man. Spend your hard-earned money on these headphones and walk around with your head high in victory. Look, I ain't never claimed to be an expert on this kind of stuff. I'm just doing reviews. But before I go, I'm gonna need y'all to tap on that like button and smash on that subscribe button. I'm gonna get back to listening to my Bobby Blue Bland.